It's time for ignition and straight up automobile.
Dude, where's my car?
I don't know what's wrong with you.
I tried my hardest.
Hey guys, don't make any noise whilst the intro music's playing. Oh yeah, let me just make as much noise as possible. I'm Tony Hong.
I tried to hold it in.
You got me so good then. That was great.
I tried.
Well, that's not your traditional intro, but welcome, dudes and dudettes, to the Dude Where's My Car podcast. I'm your host, Tom, and I have my team with me. I've got Mr. Tony Hong. How you doing, dude?
I'm good. Sorry for those with the headphones on before.
I've also got... Traditionally, he's actually our audio man and sometimes our video man, but we have one of our team members, Mr. Dan. How you going, dude?
Yeah, good. Yeah, no, another day. Let's do it.
Another day. Can I just do something, bro? Because you're gonna kill me a little bit here.
Bro, you've been on this before.
Yeah, I know.
you do. For a man who's audio, your mic is completely off.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to make sure you can see me in the beautiful camera.
Tony, can you take over for a second whilst I take care of Dan?
He wants that real. He wants that real shot. He wants that face on it.
Yeah, I want you to see my beautiful face.
He's nice. He's learning from behind the camera as well.
Oh, that's so much better. Sorry, guys. Welcome back to our installment of our podcast. How are we, boys? Are we good?
Good.
Yeah.
I'm happy to bring you back on, Dan, because we've got some interesting things that we need to discuss. There's a few controversial topics I really want to get into today, because something that happened back in like 2015 for some reason is now resurfaced on social media, and it's like driving me up the wall now that I'm officially an MX-5 owner.
Here we go.
So I just want to get it off my chest, but for some reason, the Toyota SFR, which is some weird looking MX-5 looking thing, is coming back out of the woodworks, and this thing is meant to challenge it, even though it has 4 seats, so not really a coupe, is it? Like, it's not really like built for speed. It doesn't really sound very, very light. Like, I have no idea how this thing is gonna match up.
Sounds like an MF5 owner's getting jealous of it.
Yeah, I know. He's getting a little bit scared that someone's going to beat him out there.
Newer cars, modern tech.
Dude,
He's not liking it.
why would I want to design or be in a car that looks like a Fiat? Like, I just don't.
I was about to say that. I'm pretty sure it looks like a Fiat. Like,
But you own an MX-5. It already does. Or does the Fiat look like the MX-5?
who has the original ownership of what? The Miata.
Well, let's be real here. Mazda has the original ownership of the Miata here, but all I'm saying is I just feel, you know what, it's not doing it any justice is the fact that it's in every single MX-5 owners group, or the fact that it keeps getting compared to the MX-5, and that's why it keeps getting destroyed, and I'm like, oh, this isn't good. The only thing that brings it any type of justice, because it's certainly not its looks, it does not look good.
What?
The engine, because it's the same engine that is the same 3-cylinder engine that's going in those fucking sick Corollas and those sick Yaris's.
I'm sorry, Tom, that's going to flog you. If you're putting the same engine in, that's going to flog you. Say goodbye.
Say it in my good ear, dude.
That's all right. I just thought yeah, bye, Tom.
I'll admit it's a fantastic engine, and I would not surprise me if someone was to try engine swap it.
Yeah, I could say that. I could say it.
And that's only just because everyone tries to engine swap everything into a Miata, which is also a popular thing to do. But at the same time, I don't know. What do you think? I think this car looks like arse. I genuinely think it looks like arse. And just in case you forgot, I'll bring it up for you. It's terrible. It's one of the best. It's disgusting.
I'll give it to the colour. I saw the photo before. Colours, 10 out of 10. Shape...
You think this looks good?
Oh, the white. You showed me the yellow one before. You showed me a fluoro yellow one.
You think that looks good?
Look,
That looks exactly like a Fiat Spider.
it does. It looks exactly like a Fiat. But hold on, you're looking at. It's not going to be exactly like that.
It's a mock-up.
It's a mock-up.
I get that.
It's going to come out a totally different shape, size. Lights are going to look different. Everything's going to come out weird.
Senor Dan, I understand exactly what you're saying, but that's what came out in 2015. And it looks like years later, it hasn't gotten any better.
That just looks ugly. You can't tell me that that's a nice color.
From far, that looks like the Z.
Bro, your eyes are...
From far. Doesn't that look like the Z just with that color?
You're dead right, but your eyes aren't looking too good if you like that color.
What do you mean the Z?
That color or that car?
The color. You said the color's nice.
I love the car. I nearly wrapped my car that color.
Oh, you're crazy.
I got a mate coming to the one that just came to the event in that color.
Is that?
I'm not a fan of it.
Bro, he's going to fucking smack
No
you.
haters. But nah.
When you mean the Z, do you mean the Nissan, like,
Yeah, from far.
400Z?
Whatever the fucking new Z is called. 400's 370,
400's
400.2 or whatever people call them.
400's the made up name because it's just what came next after 350, 370. And they were like, you know what? 400.
I never heard that.
It's not called that though. Someone very, very much corrected me when I brought that up. It goes, that's not what it's called. And I was like,
What, it's not called a 400Z?
no, it's a Nissan Z.
Really?
Yes.
Because when I was working for Nissan, they called it the 400Z. So
Dude.
they must have changed it before it's come out.
Dude, someone fucking was up my ass the other day being like, you keep calling it the Nissan 400Z. It's a Nissan Z. And I was like, why do you care so much?
Learn something new every day, eh? I thought the Z was like the old Fair Lady Z. Like the old...
It's still called the Fair
They're all a
Ladies.
Z,
They're all Fair Lady Z's,
Yeah.
right?
But can you really call it a Z if it's not the Fair Lady Z? The Fair Lady Z is the Z. Is the
Which
organic
Z then? Are you going back to the 240s?
Yeah.
Oh, fucking hell, Dan.
That's
Yeah.
the devil Z.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, well.
That's just my opinion. But
Unpopular. Hang on. Which one's your favorite? 350, 370, if you had to choose?
370.
Why?
It's just nicer, slimmer look. I love it.
I will admit it looks better.
Yeah. That's just... I would rather looks over...
The problem I got with these cars is they're so heavy.
Yeah.
They're so heavy. And
That's all right. All you need to do is kick out the end.
What? What do you mean?
Just kick out the rear end. That's all you need to do. That's all you need to do. You don't need to go in a straight line.
It's unfortunate people keep doing that in the same car, though. Do you know what I relate it to? I honestly relate it to having an SV6 Commodore, which is obviously a heavy as hell boat of a thing, but then you've got this like underpowered, 3.6 liter V6 engine. It's like, it's cool, but you're heavy as shit and you can't push it down. And I relate that exact same thing to the 3.7, the 370, where it's like, oh, people use the 350 because it's just that little bit lighter. It's like, yeah, but is it just that little bit lighter, but also, that little bit less underpowered, but also just as heavy? And it's like, oh, are they super slow? Would you say they're super slow?
No.
I don't.
I don't know.
It's not the same, right?
No. Not even close.
And they sound sick.
They do.
Yeah.
With the right exhaust on.
Yeah, with the right exhaust on.
Some
Yeah.
do sound like a fight.
They sound like a trumpet. There's a lot of people out there that do trumpets.
Dude, I reckon like a fully sick like engine back exhaust system, obviously one with a turbo is like fully sick. When you've got an actual like proper legit good custom exhaust system, or even just a good quality brand like Nvidia or whatever, Tomei, they do make a solid sound. Like full engine back system, they make this, I don't know what it is, but when they're going off into the distance, you're like, oh man, that's like the sound. That's like a sound of JDM to me. Like that sound just resonates with me. I'm like, oh, sick. Mad.
I agree.
I can understand why like Liam would own one, put it that way.
Liam will be just kicking it sideways always at the track. Actually, mate, in Mexico. That's where he'll be kicking it sideways in.
Yeah. In New Mexico.
Dude loves his New Mexico.
Yeah.
Oh, now he got his visa.
What's been going on with you, Dan?
Mate, just busy. Working, doing this job all the time. Just coming
Just
to
for a
the
reminder,
shop.
everyone tuning in, Dan sells cars for a
I
living.
do sell cars for a living.
He sells the trader car for a living.
Yep. And it's been busy.
Yeah?
But it's been good. More money coming in the door. That's all that matters.
Don't say that. That sounds like there's more electric cars going out the door.
Electric cars are flying out the door.
Yeah. You had a bit of a fiasco, right?
A little bit.
Are you allowed to talk about it?
We could.
In Mexico?
Yeah, a little bit of fun in Mexico. New
Let's go. This is when we're going back, yeah?
Oh, if we go back in the days, Jesus. I've had a lot of fun times in Mexico. Which one did you want to hear first?
Like in the beginning. Because you've had an array of different cars because you have an i30N right now, which I think is a sick car under the right circumstances. I think you've had sicker cars in the past.
Oh, that's yeah.
I rate the G's. I rate the Infinity.
Yeah, I had a couple of those. The first one I blew up.
Wait, what?
First one I blew the gearbox.
I feel like I've got a lot of rich friends. You guys go through cars and cars and cars. You just blow cars up, crash cars, and just
Bullshit. That's so rich.
Okay, yeah,
okay. Just pause. Let's go back.
Hang on. That's so rich coming from you, Mr. Mustang.
Yeah, what was your P-plated car?
We'll go back to you.
Yeah, come on, there we go. Look, my P-plated car was an Arion, so it wasn't too fancy. But
Hang on.
I used
An Arion?
yeah, like the Toyota
Do you mean an Orion?
Orion, yeah. I call it Arion.
I love this guy's name for cars. Marloo.
Yes, correct. Yes,
Dan, it's an HSV what?
Marloo. I
Marloo.
call it a Marloo. Yeah, I call it a Marloo.
Dude, I
it a
think
Marloo?
if you keep saying it enough times, I think they're going to bring it back. Like, I think that's...
I'll be the first to buy one. All right, I'll make that comment.
Okay. Go back. Yeah.
So, me and one of my best mates in Mexico used to just go ham together. Probably the two worst P-platers on the Central Coast.
I believe it.
Like, we were having so much fun. We used to be like the RD boys. I don't even remember their podcast, but they're out every night.
Yeah, they're a bunch of
Every night. Shout out to them. Every night. They're out driving 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. That was me as a P-plater. And I tell you what, we had some fun times in Mexico. I spun the car out and looked head on at the good old Slim Shady dog, Hayden, if he's listening.
he's listening.
Yeah, he's definitely listening. I remember sliding out in front of him. I remember him sliding out in front of me in his Lancer. Oh, there's some times.
You guys trying to play bowling? Take down the last kid?
It felt like it. It felt like it. I think the biggest one was when we were in Mexico. We had a group of, I think it was 8, 9 of us, all in a line, just doing the bends. And there was 2 cars in front of me. One of them was Hayden, and he spun, and I slammed on the brakes, and he hit the barrier probably at about close to 60 Ks. And I slammed on the brakes and had to catch the guy that was in front of him because he didn't know what happened. So I had to catch him. So I was catching him as I was freaking out because I was scared that he was crashed and not feeling well. And anyway, I caught him. We swung back. And I remember him losing his marbles because where he hit the barrier was right at the end where the big end bit is. So he hit that and you look over and it's just a cliff. It's just a cliff.
It's just death's door, man.
And I looked at him and I went, we're not doing this ever again. And he goes, we'll do it next week. Anyway, we walked off and we were like, don't touch the car. Car's gone. Like, car's pretty much write it off. Anyway, he's walked off. We've come back. One of the boys in the group thought it would be a good idea to open one of the doors on the side that it hit the pillar. We couldn't get the door closed. And we were losing it. We were like, why would you open the door? I wanted to see what the inside looked like.
Bruh.
And we just were there until probably 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
And we finally decided, you know what? We're just going to drive it home. We drove the thing half dented home to my house. It sat there for a good week. And we fixed it.
Oh.
It went back on the road.
Oh my God. Fix it with what? Hopes and dreams?
Took about a year and a half, but we fixed it. We got back on the road.
Wait, how did a week go to a year and a half?
That's all I was thinking.
He bought a sky blue Rexy.
Oh my God.
He had an orange base model, and he was like, you know what? Like a wagon, like an Impreza wagon. And he bought a Rexy wagon, and he was like, I just want more power. I was like, mate, you don't need more power after you crash it. He's like, I'm getting more power. He crashed that one too. So me and him have had some times together. But yes, that was probably one of the scariest moments of my life in Mexico.
What? Hang on. This isn't a common theme though, right?
Used to be. Every night going out, we'd have one dent or one scratch or one curbed wheel.
A pair
or,
of scars.
Yeah. Going over gutters, you know.
And would you say this has made you a better driver?
100%. 100%.
I was only about to ask, does you make you a shit driver?
Mate, how did you go on the track? Do you want to talk about that one?
Go for it. Bring it up.
But yes, look, my P-plater days definitely turned me into the driver I am today. You do it when you're safe.
An absolute weasel. No, I'm kidding.
Doing it in Mexico.
Yeah, but yeah, after I figured out that, well, I actually crashed my Arion. I went in a head-on crash. That was a little bit chaotic. That was my fault. I copped it.
It's good for you to start taking ownership. Yep.
But then after that, I was like, I want more power. So I bought a V35.
A G35.
A V35.
A V35.
Yeah. A V35 is the Nissan of the G35, which is the Infinity. So it's practically the exact same car, but just two different brands.
Just one has a different badge.
Yep, that's it.
Okay. So it's a controversial car.
Yes, very controversial. I used to call it the fake Skyline.
And mostly because
It had the
is.
Skyline. It had the Skyline badge, which I hated because I don't think it's in the Skyline realm of things.
All it had similar were the same tail lights, but it didn't have the shape.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. And
Tony, just so I know, what engine would be better for my Skyline?
Gallo 12 or Gallo 24?
Yo, bro.
24 for
I
sure.
think 24 this time.
You are.
Bigger numbers.
Can we just point that out? That was one of the best comments I have ever heard on the podcast.
Oh, dude.
That you just went, huh?
Tony didn't hear the fucking end of it after that, bro.
Oh, and trust me, he's not going to, every podcast I'm going to bring this up. I hope he knows this.
You know what? It's really dawned on me. I'm going to start playing a new game with Tony because now it's going to be a game of like, I'm going to bring up quotes from Need for Speed.
Oh, bro, I'm going to lose right away.
And if Tony doesn't know it, it's going to be a big problem.
Not going to lie, I haven't watched Need for Speed for a very long time.
Sorry, Fast and Furious. I fucked up there. But
Here we go. Oh, no. We got
Just because
two
I'm not
hosts.
nerds like you guys.
Here we go.
nudes.
We got two hosts. That one calls it Need for Speed when it's Fast and the Furious, and the other one doesn't know what a Gallo
Bro,
24
this man just
is.
wants
Here
to
we
take
go.
over the pod. He just wants to be on
This
here.
is
He's
fantastic.
jealous.
There's a reason why I'm sitting behind the camera.
This guy. Right. All right. All right. Let's go. Let's test him.
Oh, here we go.
Give me a to and fro quote from Fast and Furious that involves obviously two characters like the Skyline comment one. Give me one that he's got to. You say it, and he's got to remember what to say back to it.
Tick tock. Let's just pass on this segment.
Yeah, look.
You're not going to think of one.
Yeah, I'm not going to think of one off the top of my head. Let's just say that.
Not a bad way to spend $10,000. Anyway, let's go. Anyway, I want to go. Hey, let's
go back to your story.
So I bought a V35. It had practically a straight pipe Tomei exhaust. And that was practically it. That was practically stock standard from there.
I'm getting the vibes that maybe this was catless.
Yeah, it was. It was definitely catless. And it was very loud.
Loud, but did it sound good?
It did. It sounded very, very good.
Surely he was going to say that.
But at the top end, I was bursting people's eardrums. It was bad. It was real bad. But it sounded nice, so I didn't care. I was just out of my P-plated phase, so I was happy with it.
Hang on, is this turboed?
No, V6. They're only V6.
You can have a V6 turbo. Was it? So it wasn't turboed?
No, you can bolt them on.
Yeah.
Bolt on turbos, yeah. But they're stock standard just a V6.
Okay. All right. And what power they push?
That's a good question. I think it's just under 200 kilowatt. I think off the top of my head, from what I can remember. It's around the 200 kilowatt. All my cars, that I've had have been around the 200 kilowatt. I haven't had a single car that has been under 160 or over 220.
Need to give this man a V8, eh? Just see what happens. It's very hard to go back to anything else.
Yeah, so, well, that one, I blew the gearbox in it. Having a lot of fun revving it all the time because it sounded nice. After I blew that up, I just got into my car sales phase, so I bought a car, 1 year old, fake Commodore. The good old ZB Commodore.
I was about to say that's the ZB, isn't it?
The ZB, yeah. So
that's the one with the weird also skyline looking lights, except they're square, right?
Yeah, correct. So that one had but I didn't buy the V6. I bought the 4-cylinder turbo.
You see, you're talking about a realm where I completely lose touch because obviously once Holden had done its little fiasco fairy magic disappearing trick, that car, like I didn't even know that there was a different variant. I didn't know that there was a 4-cylinder.
There's a 4-cylinder or a 6-cylinder. Yeah.
And no V8. I mean, you were never going to win that battle, right? So.
Yeah. But I did get in touch with Turbo Smart. They put a nice big blower valve on for me, so I sounded like a bus when it stopped. It was every time at about 1.5 revs, maybe just going in between two, and it every single time.
Be honest, does a 4-cylinder ZB sound good?
I made it sound good.
Oh,
I turned around and took off the mufflers.
of course.
And it did sound actually half decent. I wouldn't say it was fantastic, and I wouldn't say it was the best thing in the world, and I've had better sounding cars.
Still resonator
He's
in
got
the
a
middle,
low
right?
benchmark.
Yeah.
Resonator or muffler in the middle?
Resonator in the middle.
Yeah, okay.
Resonator in the middle. Two mufflers at the back taken off.
Yeah.
And I had the blower valve put on it, and then I put very controversial. Don't hate me. I also had a V35 at the exact same time, and when I bought it, it had black Mustang wheels on it.
Wait, hang on. You had two of those cars at the same time?
I had two cars at the exact same time.
Wait, so one was your daily?
Yep. The Commodore was my daily.
Had to go to working class.
And then I was like, you know what? I want to go back to my V35. So I bought a V35, a lot better than the old one, way nicer, but it had Mustang wheels on it. So I bought new wheels for the V35. Couldn't tell you what ones. They were fake cheapies. And I went, you know what? Let's see what I can do. So a couple of my mates were like, you know what? Let's just make it controversial. Let's put the Mustang wheels on the ZB Commodore. Hallelujah, they fit perfectly.
Oh, my God.
Do we stop this podcast?
I got a lot of haters, but hey, it was great. It was fantastic.
I love it because it's so, like, backyard, like, throw together.
Yeah.
Probably had not a lot of money. Just... I had to do what I had to do, and it was sick, dude.
Yep.
In my opinion, it was sick.
It was fantastic.
Play mods.
Yeah, it was fantastic. I loved it. That's probably one of the best cars I've had. I think that ZB Commodore was one of the best cars I've had.
I can only imagine that you're saying that, though, because it was a newer car. So it no doubt had creature comforts that were just...
Oh, it had it was very comfy. It was one of the comfiest cars I've sat in, and I've sat in a lot of comfy cars.
Yeah.
But
all right, Mr. Salesman.
But at the end of the day, I think practicality and the rare side of it, 100%, I'd go back to one of those.
The ZB?
Yeah.
What?
I would get another one.
Are you serious?
Yeah. I would get another one.
I sat in one of them, and that was the reason I was like, I'm never getting this, and I'm getting a V8 for sure.
But see, I drove it for a good solid year and a half coming into 2 years, and I loved it. I think it was comfy. It was a great daily. It's like Liam's.
Okay, what?
Yeah, it's like Liam's Infinity. You get it for the comfort.
You can't get even close with an Infinity
Acute.
and a ZB.
We're talking about dailies here. We're not talking about
Dailies, I'm talking about dailies. You
Yeah.
cannot compare them. They're in a whole different world.
I would say, like, obviously I also had the V at the time, so I I used that for fun and games, but mostly drove the Commodore around.
I thought you were going to write a love story for the VA. I thought the V35 was going to get this
And you
love
know what?
story.
I would love a V again, but if I had to pick a car that I've had before, it would be the Commodore. Oh my god, it would be the Commodore,
bro. And it's not even a real Commodore.
I don't even know how we continue. Honestly, that's gonna be engraved right here.
We need, you know what we really need to do? We need to put you in an actual VA Commodore, and then you'll be like, I retract my statement. Why did this ever change? Because it's the same question we always all ask each other. Why did this die? It was so successful.
I can't go to a V8. We got too many in the group. There's just too many V8s around.
Not
It
enough.
doesn't matter. You could have a V8 in another shape.
Yeah, well. Anyway,
This makes no sense because you showed us like a reel the other day of, what was it, the G35 or whatever.
Oh, Tony sent this reel to me when you were overseas at that time, weren't you?
So I don't know when it got to you.
He sent me this reel while he was overseas, and I was like, I thought this guy was away. It was a G35 over in America, turboed. I
Spitting
loved
flames.
it. I loved it. Spitting flames. I love it. I loved it. I was like, I want one. And it's just because they're cheap.
And it was like a 500 horsepower,
Yeah.
spit and flame G35
Oh,
turbo.
I think that's what the caption was.
Yeah,
$500
yeah.
for 500 horsepower.
Yeah,
big turbo.
Yeah, rear
G.
wheel. Yeah, rear wheel. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
from
yeah.
Reddit, full download flash tune. Just
Yeah, it was insane, and I went, I want one, and it's just because they're cheap. You can get them cheap. You could get them looked after. You know,
I honestly, after seeing it, I would recommend someone going out and buying it. I
Yeah.
think it's sick.
yeah,
It's unique. It looks good. And like, granted, no one ever really has Liam's car. I do see like a couple of G35s here and they're never really at events though. I genuinely think they're fucking dope. I think they're dope. I think they're cool. They're new enough to have the modern comforts you need. And after seeing that and knowing that that's possible, I would recommend someone going and buying
it's just
that.
a bolt-on turbo. It is seriously a bolt-on turbo with obviously all the
A flash tune.
But yeah, it is insane. Like when I had my V, I was looking at doing everything. You can twin turbo them, you can supercharge them.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And no one ever talks about it.
Well, it's because it's got the same engine out of the 350Z.
Yeah, which
I'm
I
pretty
like the sound of.
It's either 350 or 370. A 350Z because
350.
then the 370 the 370
3.7 litre.
it gets the 3.7 litre, and that's the GT.
Yeah.
That's one step above the 350.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so that gets the 3.7
But the biggest problem with the 350 is the fact that it had zero engine room space. Like, it's none.
This one has a lot.
It's a big, bulky car. It's a boat.
Yeah,
It's a boat.
yeah,
you
but it's
big
fun.
Gs.
But it's fun. So
I see a lot of people taking them out drifting as well. It's like the cheap drift beta car.
Problem with the drifting with those is they've got a foot handbrake, like a foot brake.
Oh.
Yep. So you have to redo it to make it a pool paddle thingy.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Need you to say that in my good ear.
So yes, that's the only downfall. With
You
that
can't get
car.
one with like a pull up. You'd have to install one
not
yourself.
hydraulic.
You have to do it. You have to rewire it and do it all. Yeah.
Ooh, brother.
But yes,
Ooh.
yeah, those-
He's getting young.
yeah, I know,
He's
right?
jumping on the trends.
Yeah, he is, isn't he?
Bro, I love that trend. I love it when people started mixing into music as well. Oh, I was like, this is great.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Yeah.
That's what it is, brother. That's what it says on the streets, brother. I love it. I can't get enough of it.
Yeah. It is, yeah. It's great.
Dan, honestly, bro, I thought that was going to be a love letter to getting a 35. Honestly, bro, I'd consider it. Now that I've seen it, I consider it. After the MX-5, I might get one and do it and just fucking go ham with it.
They're easy to do. They're really easy to do.
It kind of makes you really rethink about us getting a Team 350Z and going drifting with it. It's like, why don't we just get this instead?
It's half the price. It's under 10 grand. Easily. Easily with 120,000 Ks on the clock. Easy.
At least where we know we could get a spare engine from.
Yeah.
I'm staying out of this. I get persuaded way too easily.
Yeah. Mate, I'd be down. I'd 100%.
I don't know if the audience would feel this or resonate with this, but fuck me dead if I'm lying. Tony is the type of guy who gets fixated on cars, and he won't necessarily send them all through to the group. He'll only send the best ones, but I guarantee you, he's looked at like 100. He's looked at 100 cars.
That's minimum, bro. He's sitting there daily, just going through cars,
and he's thinking about it real long and hard. He'll
see one, he'll go, yeah, I want that. He'll go look at it without telling anybody. And go, nah, I don't want that.
And you know when he's onto something because he'll send it to you individually. He won't send it in the group.
yeah.
That is true. That's why old man comes like, get the fuck out of the toilet. Facebook Marketplace. Oh, I actually came here to shit.
Yeah.
To be fair, I don't think we're that far off getting the team car. I think once I'm back from Europe, we're gonna get this car, and it's gonna be a little drift pig, and I can't wait. I'm excited. Already got one car to build. I got another car to worry about.
Another car on the team, another build, another headache.
I'm excited though. At one part of me, I'm like, we're gonna absolutely ruin it. So let's just spray paint it with rattle cans and let's just go crazy. And then the other part of me is like, but what if we make it like really nice and we take it to a fence and it'll be nice and everyone will know what it is. Like,
Keep it as a drift car.
I want that day when like we go to the track and we're like, yep, so these are our show cars and then these are the track cars.
Yeah.
Fucking team track cars.
Yeah.
That'll be sick.
Yep. I'm looking forward to actually the girls getting more. I mean, obviously Robin's building a car right now, but I'm looking forward to the girls getting on board and just buying their own car. I very much look forward to the day where Hannah wraps her car pink. And it's full Barbie spec. Dude, when I showed her that fucking influencer that's over in the States and it was like slow in the streets, cute to the meets, I sent that to her and I was like, dude, this is you. Like, this is you.
It is.
She's obsessed with that pink. It's that hot pink too. It's
I rate it, dude. You got to lean into it and just lean hard, gas pedal straight the way down, dude.
Yeah.
I'm fucking all over it.
I like that. Yeah.
I can't talk about Robin's car because it's like a secret.
under wraps.
And I was like, I'll let her talk about it when she's on the podcast, but whatever.
Yeah. 100%. Hey, quick one. Shout out to the best F1 driver out there, Lando Norris, if you're listening.
Oh my God.
Huge shout out for his first win in F1. I am so proud of the guy.
Big congrats.
This guy's #1 fan right
mate, now. I am so happy. I was up at stupid hour of the morning watching it, and when I saw him out in front, I nearly cried. It was fantastic.
He dropped tears. He
dropped
tears.
10's like on his knees, just like shirt over his head.
Yeah. Shout out to you, Lando. So proud of you, buddy.
Well done, dude. Well done.
Yeah, someone took the ranks off Max Verstappen. So,
what's that feel like? Do you reckon?
Oh, he would be cheering. He would be so happy. It would be one of those feelings when I watched him jump into his own team and just, I swear, all of them are crying. That's what it looked like.
Yeah,
they were all so happy.
It's Dan's feeling when he just speeds off. And we're at the set of lights saying we'll race him.
Yeah.
And he just gasses
and then I gassed it and I'm all the way out in front and no one's following me. Yeah. You know, it's like that on the track, eh? I beat you through the corners and then I'm on the straight. I'm like, I won. And then
I love it.
Gone.
I love his confidence at the track.
I can only imagine like that feeling of knocking someone off a pedestal has been there for so long and what that does to you. It's so obviously it's a confidence kick and a half. But
Max
like,
would have gone through it with Lewis.
Yeah.
He would have done the exact same thing. So he knows how that feels. And watching Lando do it, I think he'd be feeling the same thing. But Max is still crazy.
Yeah.
I think he's still out for vengeance.
Do you ever like listen or watch the stuff like the training that Max Verstappen did, like his life growing up as a kid and all that type of stuff? How it was like super harsh or whatever.
Yeah.
What do you think? What do you make of that? Do you think that crafts the person that he actually is, and that's all true? And you're like, oh yeah,
yeah,
that makes sense.
I think it crafts the way he acts.
Yeah.
I think it crafts everything that he's about now. He's all about winning. That's all he wants, and he won't stop anything to do it. Like he'll do anything to do it. And if he comes second, he'll work 1,000 times harder to make sure he gets to that top spot next race.
We're creating a villain.
I think that's just the athlete's mentality. Like, you can't lose. You just want that first place.
Yeah.
You can't stand for second. Like, people say, it's always good, it's okay. Congrats, you've got second, but no.
Did you
want
hear
that first.
with the little commentary after? Did you hear about his if story?
What?
Did you hear about what he said about the if?
No, go.
Oh God, I don't know if I can say this word from.
You mean like what if?
Yeah, because he was getting a questionnaire for the top
right.
3 races. I don't know how you didn't see this. It's all over, everywhere. And he turns around, and the guy that was asking the questions turns around and goes, "What if you didn't get the safety car at that time?" And he turns around and he goes, "No, we're not calling what ifs." He goes, "If my mum had some balls, she would be my dad." And this has gone everywhere. I can't believe you haven't seen the reel. It is fantastic. And everyone on the couch that was Charles, Lando, and Max, Lando and Charles lost it. They were in tears. And this reporter just absolutely zipped it. He just got done.
No, I didn't watch this, but when you look at the fact that it's just 3 dudes on a panel, like
It is fantastic. It is probably, if you could play it through the microphone, it is one of the funniest things you will ever hear, because he says it so calmly and then just puts the mic down like it was nothing. It was fantastic.
Oh, man. I want to get the video up now.
Oh, it was fantastic. It's one of the best things I've ever seen. And the thing is that he just doesn't care. He loves it.
So the story goes, and I'm getting this from Mirror, which is a UK publication. So the story goes, the Dutchman dedicated a question to his rival. I don't know what the gap was, to be honest, before the safety car. How far were you behind me? Asked Norris, who replied, it would have been tough. I would have had to overtake 2 Ferraris, a Red Bull, Oscar was doing a very good job, so hats off to him. And then that's when Verstappen rather bluntly pointed out that it really doesn't matter. He said, I mean, it's always if, right? If my mum had balls, she would be my dad. So yeah, I mean, it's how it goes to racing. What the fuck?
He says this on national television, and everyone just loved it.
Granted, English isn't the straight up first language, but he's smart kid. Like he can figure it out for himself. I mean, it's always if, right? If my mum had balls, she would be my dad. So yeah, I mean, it's how it goes to racing.
It was great. It was one of the best comments I've heard in a very long time. And like I said, Charles and Lando, I've never seen them jump in hysterics in my life. They were in tears.
And that's what it says. In response, Norris looked away from Verstappen and buried his face in his arms before hunching over as he laughed.
Yeah, it was out of nowhere, and it was a good comment. Well done, Max. Yeah. So, but back to it. Lando won it. He deserved it. He's been.
You watched the whole race, yeah?
Yeah. Yep. And, comments say, we have to wake up at 4 o'clock when it's in Australia. Well, we have to wake up 4 o'clock every time it's over in Europe and wherever else it's raced. We get 4 races where it's during the day. All the rest, we wake up at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the morning.
It's like watching the English Premier League.
Yeah, that's it as well, yeah. Yeah, it hurts. It does hurt.
Well, Dan, if your mum had balls, dude, you'd handle it fine.
Oh, God. That's, yeah.
You need to come up with your own little quote and statement now. So next time we're at the track and we do a day and you come second or third or whatever, you need to come out with a perfect saying.
I almost had you.
Oh, stolen from Paul Walker. Oh, I shouldn't have said anything. Tony, where's that from?
That's from Need for Speed.
Is it?
I love that.
Tony, you got me. That was great. That was fantastic.
Yeah,
Tell
fantastic.
us what time were we on, out of curiosity?
We are at 39 minutes.
Okay, perfect. So I'm trying to keep this under an hour.
Sweet. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've had some long podcasts, and we've had some good ones too. We've had some very good ones. What has been your favorite podcast to do?
You can't put us on the spot like that, bro. We have
Which ones have you liked doing the most? Which ones are the most fun? hilarious. Because I've watched them all. I've been sitting behind that camera, and there's been a couple of hilarious ones.
I love them all.
Oh, look, they're all fantastic. Every guest we've had on is fantastic.
But yeah.
Everyone's great, man. Like everyone, the thing I love about this, bro, is that everyone gets to share a different story, and the fact they all drive different cars is a way for us to deep dive into different things. And whether you're an expert in it or not, like, really doesn't matter at the end of the day. Like, it's just talking about fun stuff. Like.
Yeah.
We all have the love for cars. And it's just getting to know one another, knowing the cars you've gone through, dumb, stupid shit in Mexico.
Some of the behind the scenes stuff is hilarious, though. It's the Den boys that turned up in the Land Rover. Yeah, was that the Range Rover?
There is certainly a lot of like behind the scenes stuff that happens in this podcast that sometimes I wish was being recorded for the podcast.
100%.
And
They scared me that night. They scared me.
and also not. But there's not, obviously not everyone gets to see this entire studio, right? So there's people sitting behind camera. There's stuff going on. Like, it's cool. If you're asking like the things that sort of brings me back, I have to be humble. I have to, bring it back to sort of where it all started. Like when we started doing the first few episodes, and then, when, Luca and Matt came on, I knew that I knew they'd be good. I didn't expect it to be that good. Like because we're so infant, right? We still are, bro. Like we're what, 23, 24 episodes in?
Yeah.
Depending on when we're recording this, out of how many episodes?
23.
Whichever this one's going out.
Whichever this one is, whichever this one's going out in. So like, dude, it's epic. Like I don't know. They're all great, but I didn't really expect it to take off as much as I did at the very beginning. I don't know. What about you guys?
Tony?
It's just been a blast from the start. Like at the start, I was like, it's a podcast. People won't listen to it. But just after the first few, you're like, holy shit, this is a different. I don't even know what to say. It's a different world.
Shout out to everyone listening. It's just crazy. All
It
the
is
support.
learning everyone's stories. Like some of these people that have come on, I've been mates with them for years, but I've never delved into all their background, how they brought up. Marloo being one of them. Mate, you got called out today where a couple of boys down the street as well.
That's like, honestly, it's happening. I suppose local, everyone supports us because they know where we're all from.
Yeah.
So that shit like that, like local stuff is already starting to happen where people will yell shit at you. I did not expect that at all.
Yeah.
Bro, I went to the Thai shop as well, and they're like, "Oh, Mr. Culture's here. He's got to get the special treatment."
I'm surprised you've changed your name. That was a good one.
It doesn't help that we all work in cars, so obviously car people are going to listen to car shit, right?
Yeah.
And then it just follows you around. You're like, oh yeah, cool. Let's
Yeah.
move on. I'm here to buy shit.
It doesn't stop in the car industry. You kind of know everybody.
Yeah.
But it's just been a blast since we've started doing this.
Yeah.
All the people that have gone on.
And trust me, there's a lot more to come.
So
a lot more to come.
I don't know which one's my favorite. They've all been great.
They're all great. But which one's your favorite?
Which one's been which one's been your favorite story? Like
Story?
If you've got a story.
If I'd say story, I'd definitely say going way back. Benny just had story for days.
Benny was good. Benny
from
was
Contact Patch.
We have to get him back on soon. He was
will.
a crack up.
Dude, we didn't even scratch the surface.
No.
Like, granted, he's a lot older, so he has so many things to go over.
That's
But
also same as Liam. We didn't even scratch what he's done in his car. He didn't even get through.
We skipped 6 cars.
Right, yeah, we skipped 6 cars of his because it was already an hour and 40.
Let's go back to what happened before the potty started with Liam. We're across the road having burgers. Dude came up to us and was like, I'm kind of nervous. I don't know what to talk about. Are we going to even hit an hour? We're like, look at the questions. We barely go through half. What happened on Liam's podcast? We only went through the first question.
He was, and exactly when he got behind the microphone, it was just instant click. It was, let's just talk. And he loved it and he killed it. And I think he is one of those people that could just talk for days. Like, I know Tom talks for days and Tony just sits there, but at the end of the day, it's one of those things where people can express what they want, and
That's it. I'm just a good listener.
Bro,
I listen.
agreed though, right? People want more of the tones. Tony, they want more of you,
people
bro.
want more of you, bro.
I'm just a good listener. I love listening to people's
People
stories.
don't
I
know your
rather-
background. People don't know anything about you.
Get out of here,
Let's get into the good stuff. You know, comment if you want to hear more from Tony. If you do want to hear more, I want to comment saying,
I want to hear more from Tony.
yeah, or even just a Tony needs to say more, or even just put Tony. If you put Tony, we'll know what you're talking about.
I'd love to hear like a little segment from Tony's, like just
Tony's background.
He's been through so much. He just doesn't want to, like.
I just forget it. It just flies by. I forget what happened last week.
But this man's so sophisticated as well.
I want to know the old stories with old man Frank. Oh,
They get me started.
No, dude, that's why he can't remember. He's got brain damage. Don't ask anything about his old man. His old man hits him with a wrench.
mate, he is so humble. I love him. I do love him.
That's why, like, he talks a lot about the scar that's on the side. But
Yeah.
I honestly think old man Frank did that.
Yeah, it's old man Frank.
24 mil.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, yeah, actually, you know what I really want to bring back for Tony? Do you know what the one thing Tony has in cars that no one ever really talks about, but everyone knows? He's been in this space for so long. He's had so many different haircuts over the years. This is like the most normal one that he's ever had.
Yeah.
The first time I met this guy, he had like... He didn't have dreads, but they looked like dreads. So he had these blonde, dready looking things. So he's got a full fade going on around the side of his head and just these full, like, blondish, like, little
Hey,
curls.
he's gone through the dreads as well. He did the dreads at some stage.
Dude, I know. But dude, where's it gone? This guy was a fashion icon, and now it's just tone. It's just tones.
It's just cars. It's works. It's the workshop. It's oil. It's grease. It's
You slick back the hair with the
then
grease.
they go on air. A bit of
Nice
oil.
slick
WD-40
back
goes
hair.
as well. Engine
Yeah.
oil fixes it up.
Fucking grease lightning over here. Be honest, are you breaking?
Right.
Do you and old man Frank breaking out and dance? Like, when you're
Yeah, when we're mopping the ground, that's what we're doing.
I came over to show him a car with his family the other day. All right. What was your comment to me, Tony? I felt so offended.
why you didn't
I
understand?
forgot?
It was in Chinese,
No,
bro. You
it
didn't
wasn't in
understand.
Chinese. He translated it for me. I know what they were talking about. Oh, the good old salesman bod's coming out. Mate, it was just like, wow, thanks, Tony. That's what you think of me.
Oh, Mum got out the back seat, came to me, and was like, "Oh, Daniel's gained some weight."
Yeah,
He's got the salesman pitch.
Yeah.
Dad stood up, belly out,
Yeah.
hands crossed on the side.
Mate.
I was like, "Fuck, that actually
Yeah.
does look like."
Mate, I need to start going to the gym or something. I'm getting fat.
I was cracking up. So Dad turns up. Dad was taking the old man at the front of the car. So I was like, I have to translate this. Mom at the stage was like, no, don't you dare. Don't you dare. I was like, no, but he's knowing about it. Oi, Dad, Mom said you got a dad bod coming. The beer gut's coming out.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that was a hot one too. That was, yeah.
Do you love it because like Tony's mum's saying it just from a place of pure logic? It's no hate. It's
No,
just
it's
like
no hate. It's all love. And you know, they were talking in their language. I was like, I know you're talking about me.
Bro, we're in a Chinese car. We have to talk Chinese. We're disrespecting if we're speaking in English.
Yeah, dude. The only way to do business is in Chinese.
Do you want to hear another
Yeah.
fun fact? When Mom was in the back seat and I was in the front, Mom was like, this goes back in Chinese, right? We can put the infotainment in Chinese. I was like,
Fun fact, you can.
surely you can. It's a Chinese car. It came from there. It came from home.
Yeah, you can do all that.
Oh my god.
It's fantastic. It's fantastic.
Any new cars coming out lately, other than the one you brought around?
Oh god, that one was I took
that
Reese
the
for a
yours?
spin today.
Yeah.
I had a little bit of shits and fucks and all the wells and whistles.
Did you turn on the massaging on the chair?
No, not in the. It doesn't have the massaging seats.
Oh, you're talking about the
it's-
other car.
We're talking about the track car.
Wait.
The MG4 that I brought around. I took Tom for a spin.
Oh,
on it.
the thing that I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that one. Yeah, that thing that just quick.
Yeah, like
nothing
we
else?
did. Yeah, but like, don't forget, like I was in Mexico at that point. So the
Oh,
fact that you
Mexico,
brought a
yeah.
car and we went for a hot
Yeah.
spin.
So I've been in this car before. Tom jumped into it, and I was like, I gotta fucking film this. So I was filming on the side of the road. Only thing I heard was, what did he say? I recorded his voice from across the road of them flying through.
You can hear it clear as day, and it was fantastic. This was all happening in Mexico as I took off.
Yeah. Because the one thing that people don't actually realize is that you can actually give your keys to your friends in Mexico and they can drive the car too. And
Yeah.
it's so much fun.
Yeah.
It's so much fun.
Yeah. He was scared to do it in the beginning. He's like, no. I threw them at him. I was like, "You're gonna do it," and then I had to get Liam involved, so Liam sat in the passenger seat. And your brother was there as well.
It's crazy. Like we
Yeah.
were all in Mexico.
All in Mexico at the same time.
You guys just kidnapped my brother to Mexico. I was scared when I heard that he was going with you guys.
Yeah, it wasn't my idea.
I'm pretty sure you were the one that says, "Come grab him. I'm gonna bring him over to Mexico."
He felt lonely, so I was like, go with the trip with the boys to Mexico. Experience Mexico for the first
Hey,
time.
he had a fun time in Mexico. Let's just remember that, okay?
No, fuck.
The spaceships.
Dude, cars aren't meant to go that fast without sound.
It's not.
It's not. And the fake brake thing, we say it all the time, but that thing kills me, man. Like that.
Hey, it's just fun. Let's just say it is just fun.
Oh yeah, it's just dangerous.
I nearly died in one when I was in China. We heard my story. 160 with no brakes. With shit brakes.
And you know, I've driven a lot of electric cars, and they all drive the same. They all drive exactly the same.
Don't you think that's bad?
But-
They have no personality.
But you got to change. It depends on the track. Like if you've got a track car compared to just a normal electric vehicle, all the normal electric vehicles, they're perfectly fine. Every track car is different. We jumped in we traded in at work Audi e-tron GT, which is the brand new electric e-tron that they've got. Things worth sponsors nearly 250 grand. They traded in at work and bought a Corvette, and
Well, smart decision.
anyway, he came. It was a year old.
Still a smart decision.
Had 10,000 Ks on the clock, and he just said, "I just want the sound back." That's exactly his words. So we traded it in, and the boys that work up at Corvette, they were like, "Yeah, come round. I'll take you for a fang." I was like, "Cool, yeah, let's go." In Mexico. Anyway, pulled out onto the street, and I just went, "This thing's like a spaceship, like the big dash and the special buttons, and you got 7 different modes." And I thought my car had a lot of modes. My i30N has 6.
It has
5 modes.
It has reverse mode, neutral mode,
Oh, you're funny.
launch mode,
But this one,
nunchuck skills, computer hacking skills, bell hunting skills.
this one had so many modes, and he put it in Sports Plus, which is only meant to use for the track in Mexico.
They have the special buttons.
And we came out of the driveway onto the track at Mexico, and I swear to God, I've never been so scared in my life. The thing was flying. I looked down at the speedo, and we were in 50 meters. We were already doing 100 Ks, and I went, "Whoa, God, okay, that's quicker than the X Power that I took you boys in." I said, "This is fun." Now one of the used car managers is driving it for a daily, and every time I see him, I'm like, "Have you burned those tires through yet?" And he's like, "I'm trying to." It's just got, but they've also got fake brakes. I'm 75% sure they're fake brakes.
All that's going to happen with this eventually. It's like whether we change it because we talk about it enough so that everyone starts realizing it, or something really bad's going to happen and all these brake failures are going to come out and be like, "Why is this happening?" And then they take off the caliper and they're like, "Why is it so much smaller than the actual caliper?" And they'll be like, "Oh, because you need big brakes to stop heavy, fast cars," which is what electric cars are. Heavy, fast cars.
We just sold a Corvette at work. I think it was, don't quote me on this. It's a Zeto 1, a Zeto, whatever it was, a Zeto something. And
The ZL, what?
ZL one?
ZL one?
no, it's a,
Isn't it? I was like, that's the first one, isn't it?
no, that's the
The-
Camaro Zeto ones.
Yeah, okay.
No, the Camaro.
Z06.
Zeto 6, that's it. Zeto 6. So we've just got one in at work, and our manager, privately with Chev and Corvette and whatever, built this car from scratch for a customer. Carbon kit, like absolutely insane. 435 grand's worth came in the other day. I have never seen a better looking car in my life in person. Like I've seen Lambos, Ferraris, all the bells and whistles.
Corvettes do look nice, man.
But this one, it's got the big fat wing on the back. It's got the full on. It is insane.
How much of it's carbon fiber?
The whole body kit is carbon fiber. The whole body kit.
So like splitters.
The whole inside's a white interior. And I know you're going to turn around and go, "Oh, white."
No, I don't bother.
It is clean. Like, it is so nice. And exactly when I saw it fly up the street, I went, "I'm going." I straight out of the showroom, straight up to the other showroom where the car was parked. And Jacob was driving it into the showroom, and he looks at me and he goes, "Can you do this? I'm too scared. I'm going to scratch it. It's too scary." And as he's pulled it in, he's turned it off, and I've just gone, "Has that got different modes for the exhaust?" Yeah. Full on straight piped if he wanted to.
Yeah.
Or he turns the exhaust
Open
on.
it up. Yeah.
And it is. And the whole showroom, when he pressed that button, it was shaking the whole showroom. And it was a 2-level showroom with Jeeps on top. And I was sitting there going, the Jeeps are going to fall through the floor. Like, I was like, wow.
That is just beauty.
But that was a special order for a customer, and it's taken nearly 4 years.
That's okay. I'm all right with that.
4 years to come in.
I mean, I would have built it myself, but yeah, I'm okay with that.
I'm not a person with wait time. I can't do wait time. I'm a person on anything express.
Yeah, I've noticed. I've tried selling cars to you before. I want it now.
I want it now. That's
Dude,
what the
to
one.
be honest, that's exactly what me buying parts. Like, I have zero customer loyalty whatsoever. It's like, I'm buying it if it's in stock. Like, yeah, price is important, but if you don't have it in stock, I'm not waiting.
I'm not waiting.
There's a lot of people like that. And it's worse these days after COVID.
It is.
Yeah.
It is so much worse because COVID times you were waiting 12 months for a car. Any car. Any car on the market, 12 months.
Yeah, it's
But
pretty
then
fair.
now everyone's gone, oh, they're all in stock now. I want one now. It's like, okay, look, hold your horses. Tony.
No, you don't want a horse. I want a car.
Give me a week and I can get it ready. No, I want it today. No. You listen to me now.
Is it true Jimneys are like more than a year wait?
They were. And the 3 doors still are. They're about 9 to 12 months wait.
That's crazy.
The 5 doors, you're looking at about 6 months wait.
But no one wants them, right?
Everybody, they're flying out the door. So when we first got them, we got a shipload of so many that I thought no one wanted them. It just kept coming. I've sold that many that I think everybody on the beaches has one.
I've heard how common, how popular they are.
100. We had 120 orders before the 5 door came in. We got them all, nearly 75% of them out in 1 month, and we're still sitting on nearly 70 orders.
That's crazy.
70 orders, and it's just a continuous. One goes out the door, you get an order.
People
One goes out the door, you get an order.
I think they're really nice. Don't get me wrong. Like, I've sat in it, right? Like, I genuinely I love the interior. It's nice. It's comfy. I love the dials. I love the way everything's situated. Great height. Great everything.
It is so, and a lot of customers say to me that there's nothing on the market that competes with it. And you know, the thing that with the Jimny is, you know, it's so not technical. It is so plain.
I think that's what I like about it.
That's what, and
I think
everyone
a lot of people get it.
That's what everyone. It's so just simple, plain. You know, it's small to park in the city if you need to.
Yeah.
And it's just so simple. It's not technological. It's not hard. You connect your phone wirelessly to the screen and you just don't touch it, and it does it all for you.
Yeah.
All the buttons, there's an off button. It's not, you have to go through this setting to go to that setting. It's an off button that you just press it and it's done.
It's just old school mechanical.
It is just old school, so simple, and it's half the price of anything out there. There's not much that competes with it. For example, the Jeep Wrangler. How much would you pay for a 2-door Jeep Wrangler these
I wouldn't
days?
pay for one at all.
60, 70?
Keep going.
Oh shit, sorry.
Just
Well,
for a bigger Jimny.
We're looking for a 2-door. You're looking about 85 to 90. For a 4-door, you're looking at about 90 to 95.
That's crazy. Who's got this money for cars, man?
Yeah, it's just.
Hey, go buy a G-Wagon. They're only 250. They're
I'd buy
cheap.
that over. That's okay, never mind.
It's funny. I wouldn't buy any of those cars. I would never want to own one. Ever.
But this is just, that's why the Jimny is so popular. You can't find anything on the market that competes with it. And the only one that was close and came pretty close was the Tank 300,
300, yeah.
which your dad was saying was very popular in China.
They're super popular. I nearly did a real cars, real people on one,
Yeah.
but I just didn't have all the gear. I did one on the phone. I interviewed him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're apparently really popular in China.
They're super popular. People
And that's
do.
the only one that's close to it, but it's not a Jimny. It's still technicky, it's still fiddly, it's
It
still...
does. These new cars, they have so much tech in them, which is why it grabs people's attention for a lower
Yeah.
price, but they have everything. We don't know how long they're going to last for,
No.
but
Yeah.
they have all the tech, all the gimmicks, everything's so modern. Screens everywhere. Fucking everything.
Yep. 100%. But that is the selling point of the Jimny. You don't even have to sell the car. You just send them on a drive and they
Yeah,
come back and
everyone
go.
everyone just sees them driving and go, I want one.
Well, there's a lot of customers that come in and go, oh, I don't want to wait 6 months. Oh, I don't want to wait 3 months. Oh, I don't want to wait 12 months. Like I had a customer come in on Saturday. Oh, 9 to 12 months. Are you kidding me? You telling me 9 to 12 months? I said, you go find one. You go buy it because you're not going to find one. He called me back that afternoon and said, okay, I'm coming in for test drive tomorrow. So that was on the Friday. On the Saturday, came in, test drove with his partner, and he said, I don't know if I can wait 12 months. That was before the test drive. Exactly when he drove it, he comes back, he goes, here's my money. Get me one. I said, cool, you're on the waiting list. Instant, no hesitation. I didn't even have to explain to him the features. I just told him, there's drive, blinkers on the right, and you're good to go. See you later. He came back 10 minutes later and put a deposit down.
Fucking Dan, the salesman over here.
He is top sales.
You
on
don't
the
need
beaches.
to sell them.
What's the deposit on a Jimny?
$1,000.
Oh, that's nothing.
You put $1,000 on any car,
Oh. That's really not a lot.
$1,000 and pay the rest close to the date. It's also refundable with the Jimneys because it's 12 months away.
I'm still not going to do it.
It's still too much.
I give you a good deal. I give you a good deal. I take money off
Why
the
did you have
car.
that?
Why'd you say it? Yeah, why'd you say it like that?
You give me a good deal, and I buy the car now.
See? Tony's,
I want no car. I want that free stuff.
yeah.
That's why I bought the car. You know, meaning free stuff. That's
I
why.
love this podcast.
I can give you free stuff. I'll give you a bunch of free stuff.
Now we
And
go. Now
I
we're
help
talking.
you. I help you every day.
Speak his language, brother. Deals.
Bro, I haggle for days.
Oh, you should see. He's trying to buy a BMW off me. We're at the lowest of the lows, lowest, and he's like,
How much lower can you go?
take another $1,000 off. Take another $1,000 off. And Joel's like, I can't know, so they're not going to happen.
Because guess what?
Take another $2,000 off.
When he heard the other shop could do it, I'm like, bro, this guy,
Hey,
he's
he
making
did it.
big bank. He's
He
making
did it.
big bank. After I said another shop could do it, he's like, okay, I'll drop it. I'll match. I'll match.
He did it.
Didn't even fact check it. What a
They
sucker.
did shit. That's all we do. Fucking car sales, they make money. That's why Dan's always loaded.
There's a reason why I'm here 24/7.
There's a
You
reason why.
love the cars, that's why.
Reason why they're brokey because people like you keep going in and fucking destroying their souls.
Yeah. You know?
Bro, you're in the game. You gotta know how to play it.
Yeah, well, you play it very well, my good sir. You play it very well.
Bro, I'm a salesman
That's why I
myself.
still haven't
Bro.
even sold him a car yet.
Bro, do you understand that whilst we're learning A, B, C, D, they're like e-commerce, like
$1,000 off here, $1,000 off there.
black market. Don't worry about paying taxes. We know how to get around it. Don't worry, we bank in China. We don't bank here. Like,
Talking about that, tax time's coming up.
Oh, yeah, great. I'm gonna
You
take
boys
all
got
my
anything
money.
lined up for the cars?
yeah, finishing it.
As in buying more parts?
I am buying more parts, but I just feel bad every time because if I buy more parts, the angrier your old man gets because it sits
Sitting in the
here.
shop.
It sits here at the shop. It's all good. We're getting a new shelf, like a new scaffold.
Wow.
Where it's
It's going to be still at the shop.
it's still going to be at the shop, but I've made a deal that I have to do. Well, I do them one a week, but maybe go to 2 a week. So that we can get rid of the parts. To be fair, what's really important is getting rid of the big parts because the other parts come in like boxes this big or boxes this big or whatever, and they can just stack on top of each other. But we need to get rid of the big parts.
I want to see the big parts on the car.
Hey, we were sitting down for a meeting the other day. He got so bored that he grabbed his Recaro seat that's not in his car yet and sat next to us in his Recaro seat.
Well, I have to enjoy it somehow.
Wait till it's in the car, buddy.
He's going to get his hands on. He's going to be hands on and work on it.
I'm really scared as to what happens when that car is fully complete because you won't hear from me because I'll just be driving all the time. Like as soon as it's done, I'm gonna go ham.
You know what's sad? We've got that track day coming up, and I thought you were going to be there.
No, I'm in Europe.
You know what
I
you should
know.
do? You should leave the car with us while you're away. Do you trust us with your car for a month?
No.
I'll pass it to Tony for you. Actually, sorry, mate. He might be the most unreliable on the track. I'll give it to Ashton for you.
No.
Or build it up for him.
No, you're not allowed to. You're
Or
not
give him a
allowed.
full
No.
makeover. Or do the makeover
You
for him.
can't. You can't take it
Oh,
out.
we turn it in pink.
No, you can't
Hannah,
take it
are
out
you
into
down
the
for
public.
that? We're going to turn it into pink.
You can't take it out in the public because there's certain things happening to it that haven't been revealed to the world yet. So you can't do that.
Oh, but you know, it's called the track for a reason.
Yeah.
It's away from
When
the
I'm
public.
on it, baby. Chelsea, what are we on?
We are at 104.
Love it.
Yeah, I
okay.
like that.
Should we wrap it up?
Wrap it
I
up.
like that.
Let's do it.
Dan, you want to do it?
Do I want to do it?
Yeah.
Oh, mate.
You're on the team. You,
know,
listen to it every week.
I hear it every week, over and over again, and I just love the sound of both of your voices. Can I also say before we wrap it up, the best intros that this place will ever have is this guy here. The intros, 100% all the viewers would agree, are the best.
Bro, I wouldn't give me too much credit. I think of that shit on the spot. If I actually thought about it, they'd be better.
You-
Bro, I don't
mate,
believe that. I don't believe
you
it.
kill it every time, and it's always so smooth.
It is.
I give it to you.
I don't know how you do it.
Yeah, you do it, and it's fantastic. So props to you.
On that note, you wrap back up again.
On that note,
And on that bombshell.
thank you for listening. Look, if you want to, I've heard it that many times, I can repeat it over and over again.
Really? Let's find out.
If you want to drop us a follow, give us a share, give us a like, anything is helpful, anything at all, just to show your love and support. Comment if you need to see anything, if you want to hear anything, send in voice memos. We really want to hear more from you. Tom gets them all the time. Tony gets them all the time. They just don't stop raving about it. Follow us on every platform, Car Culture Australia, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all the bells and whistles, Spotify. You know, I
Bro,
can
you
go on
selling
and
a
on.
car? Or you trying to tell everyone our
Are you
socials?
thinking of the dog points?
Yeah, I'm just trying to remember what you normally say.
5-door turbo.
1.5 litre engine.
I forgot this is okay, no important.
But I think I got everything. Is there anything else?
No, that's it. Just you can find this podcast on every streaming platform. CCA is everywhere, guys. Get amongst it.
And, yeah.
I look forward to jumping on more potties, guys, because, yeah, this next month is going to be hectic.
And that's it from us.
Sweet. See ya.
See ya.
Bye.